When you take time out of your day to get your blood flowing and keep your body healthy, it gives your mind an important break, the most significant rest and recharge you can give your brain beyond sleep. While intense physical activity is ideal, other more relaxing and equally invigorating diversions can also have a great effect on your mind. Yoga, massage, gardening, or a stroll through the park are all relaxing ways to give your mind a breather. These activities, though none more so than vigorous exercise, release chemicals in your brain like serotonin and endorphins that recharge it and help to keep you happy and alert. They also engage and strengthen areas in your brain that are responsible for good decision making, planning, organization, and rational thinking. For most of us, the biggest challenge in implementing this strategy is finding the time to squeeze these things into our day. They tend to tumble down our priority list as work, family, and friends monopolize our days. If you recognize recharging your mind for what it is, a maintenance activity that's as important to your brain as brushing your teeth is for your mouth, it's easier to schedule it into your calendar at the start of the week rather than waiting to see if you find the time. If you want to improve your self-management skills, implementing this strategy will be well worth the effort. Self-management strategy number 17. Accept that change is just around the corner. None of us is born with a crystal ball that predicts the future. Since you can't foresee every change and every obstacle that life throws in your path, the key to navigating change successfully is your perspective before changes even surface. The idea here is to prepare for change. This is not so much a guessing game where you test your accuracy in anticipating what's next, but rather thinking through the consequences of potential changes so that you aren't caught off guard if they surface. The first step is to admit to yourself that even the most stable, trusted facets of your life are not completely under your control. People change. Businesses go through ebbs and flows, and things just don't stay the same for long. When you allow yourself to anticipate change and understand your options if changes occur, you prevent yourself from getting bogged down by strong emotions like shock, surprise, fear, and disappointment when changes actually happen. While you're still likely to experience these negative emotions, your acceptance that change is an inevitable part of life enables you to focus and think rationally, which is critical to making the most out of an unlikely, unwanted, or otherwise unforeseen situation. The best way to implement this strategy fully is to set aside a small amount of time either every week or every other week to create a list of important changes that you think could possibly happen. These are the changes you'll want to be prepared for. Leave enough room below each change on your list to write out all the possible actions you will take should the change occur. And below that, jot down ideas for things that you can do now to prepare for that change. What are the signs that you can keep an eye out for that would suggest the change is imminent? Should you see these signs, is there anything you can do to prepare and soften the blow? Even if the changes on your list never come to fruition, just anticipating change and knowing what you do in response to it makes you a more flexible and adaptive person overall. Chapter 7. Social Awareness Strategies. Have you ever had a coworker approach you, and without you saying anything, he understood what kind of day you were having and where your mind was wandering? He knew you must have come from a meeting with so-and-so because he could see it all over your face. He knew it was probably time to let you vent instead of asking for that favor he had in mind. He must have picked up on something. Or how about that waitress who seems to just know what each of her customers need? One couple is in their own world and prefers to be alone. Another couple welcomes some fresh conversation from a new person, while another table wants professional and polite service minus the small talk. Everyone's sitting at a table to eat and drink and be served, and yet there's so much below the surface that makes each table unique. How does she quickly size up these tables and know their needs? Both this perceptive coworker and the waitress have a high level of social awareness, a skill they use to recognize and understand the moods of other individuals and entire groups of people. Though these two may be seasoned veterans at this, it is a skill that they most likely learned and practiced over time. Instead of looking inward to learn about and understand yourself, social awareness is looking outward to learn about and appreciate others. Social awareness is centered on your ability to recognize and understand the emotions of others. Tuning into others' emotions as you interact with them will help you get a more accurate view of your surroundings, which affects everything from relationships to the bottom line. To build your social awareness skills, you will find yourself observing people in all kinds of situations. You may be observing someone from afar while you're in a checkout line, or you may be right in the middle of a conversation observing the person to whom you are speaking. You will learn to pick up on body language, facial expressions, postures, tone of voice, and even what is hidden beneath the surface, like deeper emotions and thoughts. One of the most intriguing things about building an acute sense of social awareness is that emotions, facial expressions, and body language have been shown to translate across many different cultures. You can use these skills wherever you are. The lens you look through must be clear. Making sure you are present and able to give others your full attention is the first step to becoming more socially aware. Looking outward isn't just about using your eyes. It means tapping into your senses. Not only can you fully utilize your basic 5 senses, but you can also include the vast amount of information coming into your brain through your 6th sense, your emotions. Your emotions can help you notice and interpret cues other people send you. These cues will give you some help in putting yourself in the other person's shoes. The 17 strategies in this section will help you tackle the obstacles that get in your way and provide you with a helping hand when the going gets tough. You can only attend to so much, so it's critical to pick up on the right signals. These proven social awareness strategies will help you do just that. Social awareness strategies. 1. Greet people by name. 2. Watch body language. 3. Make timing everything. 4. Develop a back pocket question. 5. Don't take notes at meetings. 6. Plan ahead for social gatherings. 7. Clear away the clutter. 8. Live in the moment. 9. Go on a 15-minute tour. 10. Watch EQ at the movies. 11. Practice the art of listening. 12. Go people watching. 13. Understand the rules of the culture game. 14. Test for accuracy. 15. Step into their shoes. 16. Seek the whole picture. 17. Catch the mood of the room. Social awareness strategy number 1. Greet people by name. Maybe you've been named after a special relative or family friend, or maybe you have a nickname that abbreviates your long last name. Whatever the story is behind your name, it's an essential part of your identity. It feels so good when people use your name and remember it. Greeting someone by name is one of the most basic and influential social awareness strategies you can adopt. It's a personal and meaningful way to engage someone. If you have a tendency to withdraw in social situations, greeting someone by name is a simple way to stick your neck out. Using someone's name breaks down barriers and comes across as warm and inviting. Even if you are a social butterfly, greeting people by name is a strategy to live by. Enough said about the value of greeting by name. Now let's talk about following through. If names are usually on the tip of your tongue, you claim to be great with faces but not names, or you can't seem to remember anyone's name 30 seconds after you hear it, make this the month to practice saying, "Hello, name," to someone each time you enter a room and to those you're introduced to. Remembering a person's name is a brain exercise. Practice may be required. If a name sounds unusual to you, ask the person to spell it for you so you can picture the name written. This will help you remember it later. Be sure to use the person's name at least twice during the conversation. Greeting people by their names not only acknowledges them as the essence of who they are, but also allows you to remain connected to them in more than just a superficial way. By making it a goal to remember someone's name when you meet or greet him or her, you are focusing your mind, which will only increase your awareness in social situations. Social awareness strategy number 2. Watch body language. Ask professional poker players what they study most carefully about their opponents, and they will tell you they look for small changes in behavior that indicate a player's confidence in his hand. They check posture, eye movement, hand gestures, and facial expressions. The confident player with bravado is often the bluff, while the quiet hand is the royal flush waiting to sneak up from behind. For professional poker players, reading body language is a matter of winning or going home empty-handed. Acute social awareness skills literally make or break them. It's just as important for us to become expert readers of body language. We'll know how people are really feeling and can plan an appropriate response. To get a complete read from a person, do a head-to-toe body language assessment. Start with the head and face. The eyes communicate more than any other part of the human anatomy. You can get a lot of information from them, but be careful not to stare. Maintained eye contact can show if a person is trustworthy, sincere, or caring. Shifty eyes or too much blinking can suggest deception. People whose eye movements are relaxed yet attentive to the person they are conversing with are more sincere and honest. Next, look at the person's smile. Is it authentic or forced? Researchers can tell the difference. They look for a crinkle of skin in the corner of the eyes, and if it's not there, the smile is probably fake. Authentic smiles change rapidly from a small facial movement to a broad, open expression. Once you've finished with the face, move to the shoulders, torso, and limbs. Are the shoulders slouched or held naturally upright? Are the arms, hands, legs, and feet calm or fidgety? The body communicates nonstop and is an abundant source of information, so purposefully watch body language during meetings, friendly encounters, and first introductions. Once you tune into body language, its messages will become loud and clear, and you'll soon notice cues and be able to call someone's bluff. Social awareness strategy number 3. Make timing everything. You've probably heard the phrase, timing is everything, to explain hundreds of situations and scenarios. When dealing with people and their emotions, timing really is everything. You don't ask for a raise when business is not going well. You don't try to correct someone who feels threatened by you, and you don't ask for a favor when someone is under a lot of stress or angry.